What's up, guys? Coach P here. As you can see, I'm in a full sweat. Today I've got the perfect 20-minute forehand ball machine practice for you. You want to get your forehand in a groove. You want to add variety to your game. You want to build up your confidence in matches. Follow this workout. You're going to love it. Let's get started.
Okay, guys. So we have 4 exercises that's going to make your forehand an absolute fire. First thing, what I want you to do is set up that ball machine to where it's feeding from a corner, and you can work on your soft roller forehand angle. This is really going to help you get the feel for the tennis ball, get yourself in a flow, and get your feet moving as well. So you notice my feet are moving, hopping. That's one of the keys. Just kind of toot my own horn. When I was doing this, one of the ladies said, "Oh, are you a coach?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I noticed that you're always moving your feet. You're always moving your feet, and my coach is always telling me to move my feet." So you see, that's one of the keys too. See, like anytime I'm going to miss here, it's because the footwork, like I got surprised by the tennis ball. If my footwork's on point, my preparation's on point, I'm able to hit this nice little soft roller, which besides, just getting the feel of the ball, this is a great shot to use when you're playing a match, playing doubles especially. This is a great little passing shot or a setup for a passing shot. Singles, this shot can open up the court. We're going to be using this later too. So like I'm showing you here, guys, this 4 exercises. Exercise number 1, set up the ball machine, have it feed out nice and slow, short balls, and you work on hitting a short angle roller off the court. Okay, let's get to exercise number 2 of our perfect forehand practice. Okay, exercise number 2, you're going to get that ball machine back at the baseline now, and now what we're doing is we're working on just ripping, consistent cross-court forehands. Again, I really want you to focus on the fundamentals, the footwork. It always starts with the footwork. I'm telling you guys, footwork is so important. I watch so many people on the ball machine just stand there and hit. But if you're moving your feet, you're going to play much better in a match, and you're also going to play better on the ball machine. The footwork gets you in a flow. Lots of times players seem to think they're being punished for being told to move your feet. We're just trying to tell you to move your feet so you can get in a much better rhythm and make a lot more shots and feel a lot better doing it, not having to think so much about your strokes, but just hit them. Now, let's get into the fundamentals of the stroke. So as the ball is coming, okay, I'm on my feet, and then what I want to do is, you notice how as I'm making my first move, I'm holding onto the racket to get that unit turn. Then I'm using my offhand. I always talk about the offhand, super important. I like to call this sidearm, stiff arm, or the measuring stick. And so this is going to help get my basically my core set up so I can rotate and hit some power in my core. And it's also going to help with my spacing, which is a big problem for players. You can see here that the ball is here, and it is, let's just make a line here, it's outside of my hand. This is super important. If you notice the ball is approaching and the ball is inside under your hand, you're too close to the ball and you're going to hit cramped. So make sure that you're really using your offhand, not only just for a habit, but for a purpose of setting up your spacing, being able to use your core. And I'm going to use this guide the whole way through. I'm basically going to hit, and that's going to take the lead. And you're going to notice I'm going to follow through, and most of the time try and catch the racket as I'm done. Those are my focal points for a lot of the hitting, is to catch follow-throughs whenever possible. So here comes the ball. You can see I'm coming to hit. Now you can see I'm below the ball, coming up, brushing the ball. And then as I follow through, let's see, there it is. There's the catch right there. So I did a good job. I did a good one to stop the frame on. So there. Happy to show you that right there. And then that's it. You just keep repeating this. And also a good idea to see how many you're making out of 10. Do sets of 10 and maybe stop the ball machine, especially if you get winded easy. It's again, quality over quantity. I didn't hit too many to where I got like exhausted. I'd like to feel winded. See, and now I'm going to stop it. See, so I'm stopping it right there because I'm like, okay, feel like if I keep hitting, all of a sudden I might start hitting the ball and losing my technique, losing my footwork. So I hit enough balls to get in the rhythm, but not too much to where I was exhausted and going to start getting sloppy. So that's exercise number 2. That's the cross court. Let's go to exercise number 3. Okay, so now we're going to go down the line. Here's one thing I want to point out. All these exercises, you can do 3 to 5 minutes. I'm not saying hit 3 to 5 minutes in a row. Take some breaks. If you're doing this right, you should be exhausted after 3 to 5 minutes of hitting. That's what I'm saying. This is the perfect 20-minute workout on the ball machine, and your forehand's going to feel so good. You should have a big sweat by the end. If you're not sweating big time at the end, like you see me introducing this video, you're doing something wrong. So, this is now we're going down the line. And notice how that ball is landing short in the court right here, the feed. So it lets me really step in and rip it. You don't want to be moving backwards and go down the line. That's when a lot of people force the down the line because they get desperate or they lose their patience. And then you end up missing like that one. That was a terrible miss by me. But you can see I'm making most of them. Another thing I want you to focus on. Let's take a look at this. Lots of people, when they go down the line, they go super low over the net. Now, I'm still at the baseline. I'm still hanging off the baseline. So I want to have a good margin, a good height over the net here. Okay, look at that. That's a good height. I'm right there where the bar is basically the height of the ball going over the net. You can see that's pretty good margin. Of course, could you hit it lower and the ball would go faster? Yeah, but you're going to miss a lot more. If you take a look at the way the net is, you can see that the net is at its highest point here and it slopes down to the middle. That's why a lot of coaches keep telling you, hey, go cross court, because when you're going cross court, you're going over the lowest part of the net. Going down the line, you got 2 gotchas. Number 1, let me just clear this out, is the net. It's at the highest point here. So be careful when you go down the line. And number 2 is if you're a little late on your shot and you're just a little off, doesn't take much, all of a sudden now you're hitting the ball wide. So you want to make sure when you can hit down the line that you have time to step in, you've really measured up the ball. And until you start getting in around this area of the court, see, if you're hitting the ball here, if my body's actually right around here, okay, then if I'm stepping up in the court, I can go low over the net. But I'm still hitting from the baseline here. So I'm not trying to just rip out outright winners. I'm aggressively changing directions. That's what I'm working on. I'm not working on a winner forehand. I'm working on aggressively changing directions, getting my opponent on their horse, so hopefully that will open up some shots for me. So this is a great exercise. As you can see, the footwork's a constant. And let's get to our 4th and final exercise. You're going to really love this one. It's a little complicated, so make sure that you follow this and maybe even write it down. Okay, so here's your 4th and final exercise where we tie everything we worked on together. And pay attention because it's a little tricky, but it's designed to make your opponent constantly run. Okay, so if you can do this, your opponent, imagine, is constantly running. So we go cross court. Okay, now we make him run down the line. Boom. Now I'm going to work on a short angle forehand, working to get the ball off the court, and then I go back down the line. Boom. Now, back cross court. Bam. Now here we come again, down the line again. And now what I'm going to do is go short angle. After the short angle, I'm going right down the line. Now cross court deep, back down the line, and now short angle. See that? One more time. Down the line. Oh, I ripped that one. Cross court. Back down the line. Woo! And angle forehand. That is it. Okay, so if you think about that, if you see what's happening there, my opponent is always on the run. Got him always on the run, which is super cool. So we'll just play this out, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video up. Give it a big old like. If you want to see more videos like this, you want to see more perfect practices on the ball machine and with serving, subscribe. And hey, if you want a free serve course, go up here in the card section. There's a little eye, and you can click on it and get 33. We're not just talking about 3 free videos. We're talking about 33 free serve videos because you want to have a big serve so then you can blast your big forehand and start dictating the point. This is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all in the next video.